Welcome to the ThinkTank Session Leader Training Session. In this video, we'll introduce ThinkTank to you and we'll provide you with some knowledge about the purpose and the content of the training program. You will get access to ThinkTank. You can learn the basics of how to operate ThinkTank, and you'll also get a chance to log in and play around with ThinkTank. At the end of this module, we will have you build your first small little session based on an exercise. The training methods we're using for the training program here will be predominantly self-paced videos, which is the first one that you are viewing here. However, there will also be a couple of virtual training sessions that you will participate in where you will meet the instructor and you will interact with both the instructor and a number of other people getting the training. You'll have a lot of hands-on use of ThinkTank. You will use exercises to secure that you can actually use ThinkTank well. To test yourself. You will have a hotline to the instructor as needed, and we will also provide you with some tools and templates to help you be a professional ThinkTank session leader doing great collaboration sessions. My name is Nils Ramtrup, and I am responsible for the global learning for ThinkTank, and I will be your instructor during this training course. First question we usually get asked by people taking training is, what is ThinkTank? First of all, the basics are that ThinkTank is a structured collaboration application or software, and it's probably the most advanced of the structured collaboration software on the market. ThinkTank has been in existence for about 20 years. It was started as a research project with professional facilitators, and since then it's been growing in terms of its functionality and usability. It's been developed by users, by professional users, and we still develop ThinkTank based on feedback from professional collaborators and facilitators in order to make sure that we have the right, advanced, and the big scope of activities and features that can make ThinkTank a strong platform for structuring and using for a lot of different types of collaboration sessions. ThinkTank is the only real program that we know out there that is sort of similar to ThinkTank would be a meeting sphere. However, ThinkTank is very different from simpler software like WebEx. It is much richer in its features and activities for collaboration than software programs like Jive. It can do everything that SharePoint can do in terms of sharing documents in terms of different groups. It is very different than Skype because Skype basically is made for oral and video sharing, whereas ThinkTank is a collaboration platform. Google Docs, it's very different than Google Docs because Google Docs are made for small groups, a couple of people interacting on the same document. ThinkTank can be used for many different participants at the same time to interact, discuss, for instance, PowerPoint presentations. So we usually call ThinkTank the Cadillac of collaboration software. However, Cadillac today doesn't have a right connotation, so let's call it the Ferrari of structured collaboration software. The users of ThinkTank are two types. First of all, we have the session leaders that are the facilitators that actually run a specific session or meeting. The software is primarily developed to assist session leaders plan, deliver, and manage collaboration sessions. And the software can also immediately document the outputs from a session without having to be transcribed or anything written down after the session. The other type of users would be the thinkers, which are the participants in the collaboration sessions. The thinkers do not need any type of training. And they do not need to download anything in order to participate in sessions. Besides that, the functions of ThinkTank include a lot of different elements. Basically, what we have selected are things that can make interaction sessions, collaboration sessions more effective, i.e. getting things done better, and more efficient, which means to get things done quicker and cheaper. It includes tools for a variety of different activities like brainstorming, crowdsourcing discussions, evaluations and voting, presentations and presentation discussions, different planning sessions, planning of activity plans and projects, sharing of documents and information, and so forth. So it can be used for a big variety of different types of functions. Why do you then use ThinkTank? Why not just do it with the tools that we have today? Well, first of all, there's a huge organizational value in using a structured collaboration software like ThinkTank to manage collaboration sessions by. First of all, ThinkTank can generate high effectiveness and efficiencies for people working together to create a result or an output. It can get a team and a group to do their work faster, better, and cheaper. It typically creates higher motivation and better and more participation by the participants, especially in sessions like virtual meetings where a number of people tend to tune out and don't participate, or in face-to-face meetings where there are people that don't feel like talking too much or don't want to take the word and contribute orally in a session. Besides that, one of the big advantages of ThinkTank is that when you use ThinkTank for collaboration, you will have immediate and complete and instantaneous documentation for the things that happens without any need of transcripts or manual documentation. The ThinkTank results and work products can be printed out, saved in different types of formats at the touch of a button. There are many kinds of people who are used to facilitate a session and are pretty well versed in collaboration. And one of the first questions they usually ask us is that, why do I need training? I know collaboration already. Isn't ThinkTank just a software? Can I just pick it up on my own? And it is, of course, possible for you just to get access to ThinkTank, and then by using ThinkTank and looking at the help functions, try to figure it out yourself. However, we have found in the past that if you take and invest time in training, that will actually save you time in terms of getting you to a point where you can use ThinkTank without looking like a rookie to the participants. So it's actually faster for you to take the training if you want to be skilled and well versed in the use of ThinkTank, so people can't see that you're a rookie. Also, it saves you time because it can provide you direct and personal answers to any kind of questions you'll have. You'll have a chance to interact with the instructor to get specific important questions for you answered, so you don't have to struggle with them on your own. Second of all, taking ThinkTank training will actually save you some headaches because it helps you to make sure that you set up the activities right, so once you use them, that things don't go wrong for you. Training will, of course, also provide you with some best practice tools and insights. We provide you with different types of principles and models and scripts and all kinds of stuff that can help you plan and execute a collaboration session like a professional. You will also get a chance to practice the use of ThinkTank with guidance. So we will guide you through the different phases of using ThinkTank. And of course, you will get professional and seasoned collaboration experts tips and tricks that might help you along to do great sessions. So that should be reason enough why I think taking training might be a good option for you. The training program we run is based on 6 modules. The first module, which we're already a good way into, is the training introduction. Training introduction includes this short little introduction to training. In a minute, once you finish this one, you will get access to ThinkTank. Then you will learn the basics about ThinkTank by watching a number of smaller videos, and then you can get a chance to play around with ThinkTank and build your first small session through an exercise. The next module we have will be the ThinkTank Discovery module, where you get a chance to actually participate in a live session with others, where we, following that session, will discuss when and where ThinkTank can be used, and where you will also get a guided tour of how to technically set up a professional ThinkTank session. The third module, we will dig a little more into how to build a collaborative agenda. Now, this doesn't have anything specifically with ThinkTank it doesn't have anything to do with ThinkTank specifically. However, this has to do with how to actually make a professional collaborative agenda. Because if you don't have a good collaborative session planned out, ThinkTank will not be as powerful as it could be if you plan your collaboration right. So in Module 3, we go into some of the best practice principles and tools for how to prepare and plan for an effective collaboration session, where you get some best principles and practices, practices, and tools. You can download different things that can help you plan a successful collaboration session. Number 4 module, this is where we then go in and work with designing a ThinkTank session. During Module 3, we will ask you to select a session that you would like to use ThinkTank for, and during Module 4, we will actually teach you how to build a good session, and during that one, you will also get a chance to build and design a ThinkTank session for the one you have chosen. Module 5 is a usage module where we will meet online during a webinar. You will get a chance to actually run your session with other participants and also get feedback based on your experiences and your skills. The last module is our certification module. During that one, we'll brief you in terms of how to get certified. Normally, it's pretty easy. If you have chosen to build and test a session that is coming up in the future, you can actually just use the session you already built and test it out. Run that in real life, and then you will have to send in a few learnings and documentations of your session, and based on that you will get certified. Now let's get started. We need to get you into ThinkTank. So basically the login process is that you'll have to locate the URL, username, and password that you got in your introduction email. That is what you need to log into ThinkTank. Now, before you then start opening your browser and get going, just make sure that you have a newer browser on your machine and that your PC does not have any security settings that prevents you from accessing our URL. Now, if you're in a large operation and you have tight security control, you might get into a situation where you'll have to contact your IT security guys and ask them to open up for access to our URL. It happens in a certain amount of situations. If it happens to you, you will see an error message on your screen, and then that means you need to contact your IT department and ask them for allowance to go into the URL that you have received. Now you should be ready, after you've found the information and checked your PC, to log on to ThinkTank. And it's really simple. You access the URL. You input your username and password, and then you are into the session. And how do you do that? Well, just watch the next video and you'll see how that happens in practice. So that was it for the introduction module. So please go back to YouTube and open up your next training video that will just show you how to log into ThinkTank. And once you know and have seen how it's done, then it's your turn.